refresh the page.
Hello, hello, hello. It is Carsman50 from Hardware Diversity Discussion, and we have a.
Is this still live?
I did mute my microphone. I did mute my microphone. So we got this is episode 6 of the HGD show, and we haven't guest on this week because it is difficult to do this show myself. So Josh Weiber, introduce yourself and tell us a bit. I don't know. Yeah.
I am the ones that he spoke about. Essentially, Brett couldn't find anyone interesting, so he dug me up from the trash pile.
Oh, thanks. I'm alright, Not that I can get high quality guests on at the moment. So I did have Theo on last week, but I can't have him on every week, so I didn't want to take up all his time. But no, I game with him on Star Wars most of the time, and so
If you look back at all the other streams, I'm the annoying voice in the background.
Yes, you are. We haven't actually introduced you properly yet, so I'm glad that we've actually got you talking about tech, because you enjoy tech.
I do enjoy tech, more the gaming side, but I do.
Yeah.
I do enjoy that.
Yeah. Well.
But I'll give this a shot.
We'll give this a shot. See how it goes. Exactly. It's all we're about here. Well, I said I was going to cover my computer stuff last week. I've changed up to an AMD system now. It's got the 8 cores. It's got 16 gigs of RAM and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, it's good enough in that department. But I've taken my power supply back to a local shop because it doesn't seem. That was either faulty or my graphics card's faulty, and I'm picking it's probably my graphics card, even though that was $1,000 and all that shenanigans that I bought at the start of the year. But I'm trying my power supply to see if that's an issue, and if that's not the issue, then well, I'm going to be very sad. But we'll move on from that. Everything else seems to be good, so I'm happy the way that it is at the moment. It seems to be working, so that's all that matters. But yeah, so shall we move on to our first topic of the day? Hello?
Yes, we shall.
We shall. Alright. Hopefully,
Right.
oh no, Chrome is, yep, Chrome, there we go. So look at AMD first, yes, because we got to cover AMD first on our talk. We didn't cover AMD last week, so, AMD,
I'm surprised you didn't actually. I don't use an AMD core, I use an Intel.
You do use an Intel Core i5, but,
it is a good processor as well, it's very good.
I think
It gets the job done.
Intel mobile processors are pretty good. Like, they do have an edge, I definitely would say. So, AMD, this is their APU, their Zen core. This is a leaked diagram of what it's going to look like. They said they're due for release next year. Now, the interesting thing is that basically an APU is basically what Intel does with their integrated graphics processor on the die, but AMD's kind of taken that and actually really owned that and actually put a really good graphics processor on their processor. A really good GPU on their processor. So you can actually you can game on it essentially with very low power. But this is Zen, so it's next generation stuff. So it says it's going to have up to 16 cores, which is that's quite a reasonable amount. And it has stacked RAM.
Amount.
It actually has RAM, a proper RAM
Stacked.
next to the processor. It's not just going to be RAM as in like RAM you buy and put in yourself. This is actually going to be RAM on the processor. That is really quick stuff. It says to feature up to 16 gigabytes of HBM2 with up to 512 gigabytes per second bandwidth, which is absolutely nuts. That's crazy. So I don't know. What's your ideas and thoughts on this one?
Well, I'm not much of a computer tech as you, but I've got the drift of what you're saying. 16 cores, well, that's a lot, I feel. I'm not sure if many other casual kind of computers out there, or gaming like computers out there, have more than 16 cores. Probably, but
Yeah, there's the latest
nothing I've
Xeon
heard of.
processors, like the server grade stuff. The highest at the moment is 18. This is a consumer grade chip. This is for anybody to buy. This is not going to cost thousands of dollars, which is crazy to have that many cores. So this is definitely going above and
Have
beyond.
they got like an estimated? Have they got like an estimated price for how much this thing would actually cost?
I don't know. That's because AMD's always been seen as the value option. So it's kind of like they
Get what
want
you pay
to
for.
still remain like competitive in that market. Because the Intel 5960X, which is the 8-core Intel 8-core processor, which has just been released last year, is about $1,000, like $1,100, I think. You can buy one of those for. So whether that's going to be around the same price or not is kind of up in the air. But yeah, it's definitely quite interesting about what they're doing with that. Considering that they're actually going to have proper RAM on the processor. So that's kind of cool, definitely. And it says also here that they're going to either 16 or 32 cores. I would say if they're going to have 32 cores, they're going to remove the GPU. So it's just going to be a processor instead of an APU. So that's kind of cool as well. But yeah, that's AMD's leaked architecture roadmap for either 2016 or 2017.
I do like how it says AMD leaks it. Can they really leak something if it's their own company doing it?
That's a good question. I don't know. It's not up for me to decide, but it's everywhere over the internet now.
Well.
So
Just a little bit more food for thought.
is.
You know what I mean.
It is, exactly.
Thought for food.
As you're segueing into our next topic, Samsung, talking about HBM, which is the high bandwidth memory that's on those CPUs that we just talked about. Samsung is set to produce HBM2, which they've already made HBM1 GPUs, the AMD Fury X and the AMD Fury use HBM1, which is still pretty darn good RAM. This is like 256 gigabytes per second of memory transfer speed. But this is the second generation stuff. Now, the reason why this article is quite important is because AMD has priority access to HBM2, so they're going to have the first lot of it. They've already booked HBM2. And Nvidia wants for their next generation of graphics cards next year to be running HBM2. And because AMD already has an order put in for the second generation stuff, Nvidia's going to be out of pocket for that initially, until Samsung said, we're going to produce it. It's not going to be any different in terms of its architecture, because it's RAM is RAM. You can't really make it a lot different than what's already out there. But Nvidia is going to have a lifeline. So that's interesting. Thoughts?
Yeah, it is quite. It always is interesting, this kind of stuff like that. I know I don't sound too eager, but no, it does actually. It is really cool.
Yeah, it's just a completely different way of looking at RAM. Because normally RAM has its own connection to the PCB, every chip has a connection. But on this, the RAM is stacked physically, so you can actually have multiple connections to one area. So it's actually a lot quicker and a lot faster. I've not reviewed any cards or seen any cards like this. I don't own a Fury X or anything like that. But supposedly the memory bandwidth does help, because RAM is already pretty quick, but this is just going beyond and beyond in terms of.
It's giving it a bit of a jump start kind of thing, make it go into.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think RAM has been holding us back. I mean, I think RAM's fast enough. I think it's like storage. which is where, we are improving on that front. I mean, they've already got, SSDs out there with 2 gigabytes per second transfer and all that kind of stuff. But this is definitely, this might even transfer onto like SSDs. You don't know. It's just going to be, everything's going to be running at the same speed, which would be kind of cool. So yeah, that's that. We'll move on to a slightly less techie topic with Razer. Everybody knows Razer.
Razer, the pretty much company that makes items more specific to the gaming crowd, or gaming laptops, gaming mouses, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. This is Razer teaming up with Intel, which is, Intel CPU manufacturer. They do also make video codecs and all that kind of stuff as well, so they're not just processor orientated. But this is basically a more hardware induced version of Xbox Kinect. Xbox has got a depth sensing camera and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know how that didn't work too well? It was good, but it wasn't like, wow.
I wouldn't know. Actually got the chance.
You never used Kinect before?
I never got it for the 360, and I don't have an Xbox One, and I just never really wanted to use it. There were no good games for the Kinect.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't wonderful.
They were all those little stupid family games, and
yeah.
No. I didn't see the worth.
It was a bit of a gimmick, and they were going to have it compulsory with the Xbox One until they said no, it doesn't matter. But besides that, this is
Xbox 180.
Yeah, exactly. This is a depth sensing camera that also removes backgrounds as well. Like, it actually does chroma key for you using Intel RealSense, which is actually a hardware thing built into the CPU that can detect depth sensing and all that kind of stuff. So in the article, they've got like this guy on stream playing Rocket League. I don't know if you've played Rocket League, but with the background removed, which is kind of cool actually. I mean,
I can see that.
Which is kind of what I would like to do, because I don't have a green screen. But yeah, it's not just going to be for chroma key, it's going to be for actually sensing, it might even be for scanning objects and for like 3D printing and that kind of stuff. So like, any ideas?
Would it be used to do like scan items into games, like for game developers?
You may be able to do
like
that actually. It may be able to be used for VR and stuff. Yeah.
Because I heard of an older project, there's like coincide with whatever the latest Unreal Engine was back in time. Might have been like Unreal 4, because the Unreal 5 came out recently, didn't it? Yeah, I think at the time of this it was the Unreal 4 engine, or maybe even Unreal 3, and as well. But they had this technology where they were scanning stuff into this a tech demo kind of thing.
Oh wow, that's kind of cool. I didn't hear about that one, but that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. I'm guessing it might not go anywhere because I've not heard of anything of it since, or maybe it's just so common now. I don't know.
Yeah, 3D scanning's kind of... It has hits and misses. Like, there's some good stuff that is really expensive, and people try and make cheap stuff, but it doesn't really work, and it's just kind of like, it's really reserved for the niche people at this point. But this camera is going to be used for VR, so you can actually scan stuff into games and things like that. So hopefully it goes somewhere, and see what they actually come up with and whether it gets produced. But yeah,
that's good. It would definitely make more realistic looking items in video games.
Yeah.
And as this was shown on this streaming, would look better.
Yeah.
Just so you don't have to deal with a box with pretty much what people would be seeing right now watching this.
Yeah. Well, people have green screens and stuff, but I don't have one, and I may eventually get a hold of one, but it's just...
It can't cost too much. It's just a sheet of green.
True.
I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how green screen technology works.
Basically, what it does is like it detects a plain background, and it says, this background doesn't change, but the objects going past it do. So it like removes the green. Like actually and it detects what's moving and what doesn't, and I guess that's kind of how it works. But I guess this does it automatically by detecting the background and saying, Oh, I don't
It'll
want
probably
that to
just
be.
detect the closest image, I would say, something like that.
Yeah, that'd be yeah. So that's kind of cool. I think that's definitely a
Yeah.
good move. Maybe if I don't get a green screen, that may be my next webcam. I don't know.
I don't. I have a feeling this probably will be a bit more expensive than a green screen, though.
Yeah, probably true. Actually, probably
Yeah.
true. Um, we're going to talk about gaming now. This is probably something more on your boat. Um,
I'm looking at this right now. It's Twitch vs Dark Souls managed to beat the Silent Demon. Good for you, mate. You beat the first boss.
yes.
That's not something to be proud of. It's pretty easy.
Is it? I haven't
Well,
played Dark Souls,
it's,
so
the Silent Demon is the starter boss, and although it is difficult, it's it's easy because it's the first boss. It's got to be pretty easy. And I should read the article instead of just looking at the
well, you
title.
know, have you seen Twitch vs Pokemon?
No, well, what does it mean like by that? Like, just
Well,
is
what
it the
people do is you should look at the VOD, which is down the bottom there.
VOD? Twitch plays crowd powering gaming takes. What happened? Okay. Well, Brett's gone. He's
No,
probably
I'm
muted
here.
his mic
I'm
right
here.
now. I
I'm
know
here.
he's back.
So basically, people were entering commands into the game in chat, and like,
Oh yes, and they speak, and it gets that command, and it does what it does.
yeah,
Is
like
that
it
what you
actually
mean?
like listens to the chat, like it actually like
Yeah.
is controlled by Twitch, like the actual viewers.
Oh yeah. Okay, I get what you mean now. Yeah.
So this
No,
is
that's
actually
pretty
not the
cool.
player playing at all.
It's I think you might have sent me this video. Well, it was someone using voice commands, and they were fighting. They were playing Dark Souls in it,
I don't think this.
and they
No,
were
it's not voice
facing.
commands. No, it's actually like
Oh no, but this was another video,
yeah,
and he was using voice commands to play Dark Souls.
yeah.
Like he was, if he wants someone to move forward, say walk forward or something like that, or sprint forward, and it would do that. And he was playing Dark Souls, and I
Oh,
just couldn't
oh,
imagine
okay.
how many.
Yeah,
I couldn't imagine how many attempts it took him to get to actually play the game properly.
yeah. But this is
That would not have been easy.
yeah, this is like people chatting, and it's got like some controls on the screen about like auto walk, auto delay, and all that kind of stuff for the movement. So it actually like you can type go left, and it will go left if there's enough votes going left or whatever. I think that's kind of cool.
I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine how much crap would have gone down with people just screwing around with it, though.
Oh yeah,
Like,
well,
I'm sure eventually they would have done the right thing, but I bet there's a lot of joke shit like go left, go right, go left.
well, it
do
has to
this
have enough
stuff back and
votes.
forth.
Like they have to be enough votes
Oh
to
yeah,
actually
true.
go that way. But like it's still a pretty hard feat.
Yeah.
Um,
It's pretty cool though.
yeah. So the Twitch bet the first boss. So that's kind of interesting. So yeah,
It is pretty cool.
yeah, that's a pretty good achievement actually. So it's taken them 6 days and 6 hours to get there, according to the VOD.
Jeez. 6 days.
So that's crazy.
I'm bad at Dark Souls. Well, I'm not that bad.
Yeah, yeah. Next topic about spyware, because everybody needs to talk about spyware.
Yeah, spyware.
I'm not very good at segueing stuff, but hey. This is Kaspersky.
Speaking on difficulty, here's spyware.
Yeah, spyware. Yeah. Basically, there was a rumor floating around that Kaspersky created malware that tricked other companies into thinking that that was the kind of malware that was going around, so they patched something that didn't exist. Basically. So like
and what they ended up.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry
They
on.
created a virus that didn't exist, and basically they patched it, but it doesn't actually exist, so they worked for no reason, pretty much.
You know, I can just think of one thing to go with this.
What?
Or hang on, if I was to play a Spotify song, would you be able to hear it?
If it's going through your, it would be very fuzzy.
Because I was going to put on How Many Going to Give You Up by Rick Astley.
Because
They've been told they were
do you
Rickrolled.
know? Actually, talking about Rick
they were
Astley,
garage scene
just
songs.
just completely off topic. He's actually back singing again.
Okay.
Well, no, actually, I watched a YouTube video about a week ago of Rick Astley singing again. I think he's in his 40s. But like,
I bet. Sorry.
this is from like 2006. But
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this is actually him like on a show. But yeah, we'll talk about that one later. But yeah, that apparently
Rick
that's the thing.
Rick Astley at this time is 49 years old.
Wow, that's crazy. He
I
looks
mean,
old.
that old song is pretty. Actually, looks pretty good for 49 years old.
Yeah,
I mean, I've seen people look worse than that.
true,
I've seen people that look better than that at 50. Keanu
True.
Reeves is a good example.
true. We shall segue into something that's not really segue. About aging. I don't know. Quantum computing.
Yes.
The next real step up from HBM and RAM and all that kind of stuff.
It's a massive step up.
I actually saw another article related to this. They are actually now able to connect quantum. They actually be able for them to work together, like separate elements are now able to work together. So that was kind of another thing, but this is another related article, I guess. So now they've got optical computational power. So this is using light, obviously. So obviously they're able to program light to be able to do particular things. That's kind of wow.
It's amazing some of these things that they've been able to achieve.
So I'll read a quote here. A whole field of research has essentially been put into a single optical chip that is easily controlled. The implications of the work go beyond huge resource savings, that anybody can run their own experience with photons. Much like they're able to operate a piece of software on the computer. They no longer need to convince a physicist to devote many months of their life to painstakingly build and conduct a new experiment. This ability was demonstrated by the research team, as reported that they carried out years' worth of experiments in a matter of hours. That's
amazing.
wow. That's going wow. I don't even know what to say to that.
It'll definitely speed up any research at this point.
Well, we were talking to Andrew about that, weren't we? About weather calculations and.
I'm assuming by Andrew, do you mean Caleb?
Caleb, yeah.
He's got many names.
He has many names.
But yeah, no, I remember us talking to him about that a couple of months ago.
Yeah. But yeah, so this is the University of Bristol, which is in England. So they've done it. Effectively. They haven't done it fully, but it is a working
Getting
prototype.
closer.
It's a working prototype.
Getting damn well closer.
That's just...
Go look at the state of them though.
Yeah. They look like they've been in the lab for months trying to work this out.
I'm just looking at the guy's shirt. It looks like a fucking steak shirt. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, crazy
Quantum
shit.
computing, it'll be with us soon. Hopefully, maybe. Who knows?
Hopefully, we can get something going. Hopefully in the next few years or something. But it's going to be a very rapidly changing area.
Oh yeah.
Very.
Pretty much constantly getting made better.
Yeah.
Essentially, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's quantum computing.
Speaking of things getting better, 3D printing.
Yes, 3D printing. Oh, I I haven't had a lot of experience with 3D printers. It's the only actually time I've ever seen a 3D printer in real life. Because at the Gigatown place in town, they had a 3D printer there. But they've obviously, 3D printers have become rather mainstream in the last while. But this is printing glass.
That is pretty cool, printing glass.
At
I've got an
the
image here. I have an image here of what 3D printing can do. I'll have to send it to you.
Yep, I can have a look here.
Chat, but if they bring up that, it's pretty cool what they managed to print using a 3D printer.
Oh wow! Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
that is pretty cool. I also seen people 3D printing guns and 3D printing stormtrooper outfits and all that kind of stuff. They're pretty.
Excluding the guns, I don't like the idea of 3D printing guns.
No.
But stormtrooper outfits.
Yes.
110%.
That's pretty cool.
It'll make dressing up so much easier.
It would. But this is printing glass. This is not even using heat. They said they could actually beam the light to actually do it, to actually change the thickness of the glass. But this is at that is using heat. Sorry, yeah, it's using 1900 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 2000 degrees, 2500 degrees.
Yeah.
But there was a picture down there that I saw. I don't know whether down there or not, but I did see them actually what they actually printed, and it's like they actually printed like a vase.
1900 degrees Fahrenheit is approximately 1037.778 degrees Celsius.
That's crazy. But yeah, I'm actually using a video right now, and they printed a vase. It looks like quite a nice vase too, actually. And it's just crazy.
What materials would they actually need for it to like cook?
Well, I don't
what would you
know.
Put in? Would you just put in? Because it's making them. I'm assuming you like put a thing of glass in there or something. Does it just like change the shape of it or something?
Well, obviously you'd melt it. You'd melt the glass.
Yeah.
And it would
heat it up and would it work kind of like bending metal, like you heat it up to certain it would heat it up to
they cut
1000 degrees obviously, and then
if you've
move
seen
it.
like how they actually 3D print normally, and they use like a spool of plastic wire, pretty much, and they melt the wire and they drag it around like one of those like robot arm things, and they actually it comes out melted. I don't know, but this is kind of like, I suppose that's how they're doing it, but it's crazy stuff that they've actually managed to print glass.
Yeah.
So basically they're saying it could lead to better quality and less expensive fibre optical cable and stuff like that.
Yeah, that'll be good.
But yeah, this is at MIT, which is in America, in Boston, Massachusetts. Massachusetts
Institution of Technology.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a tongue twister.
Top of the class at MIT.
Top of the class MIT. Yep. They're getting a promotion. That was an Engadget article.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just to quote our sources here, just so we don't get our asses raped.
Just to back on the whole gaming section.
Yep.
This is a little off topic, but I meant this. Thought I'd mention. I went back and watched the IGN review for COD Advanced Warfare.
3.
And it was just Advanced Warfare. Not Modern Warfare, Advanced Warfare. And I was going through the comment section.
Yep.
And one of the comments was, I wonder how like this game would be if it was just called Advanced Warfare. Just take away the Call of Duty part, and then I wonder what the reaction would be.
To me, I think once you started playing the game, you'd know it's a Call of Duty game. But I think I don't think it would sell any better, because people know that Call of Duty sells like hotcakes. But
I know, but the thing is though, the name Call of Duty brings up so much hate though.
Oh, it does.
Because people hate it. I like it, but
I don't
I like the game.
It's just the community. around it annoys me.
Hasn't got the best community, no.
No, but like on the whole, Call of Duty is not a bad game. Like I prefer Battlefield.
It's not. It's a solid first-person shooter game.
It's not terrible, but I still prefer Battlefield because you can go into like machines and stuff like that
Yeah.
and actually have a bit more of a tactical way of doing things. But that's just me.
Yeah, I prefer Battlefield as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, going off topic. Let's
Off
go
topic.
back.
Yeah, well, we're allowed to go a bit off topic, I think. Indeed.
How much? How long has this been going for anyway? It doesn't feel like it's been going for long.
36 minutes so far. Actually, this
That's
is
not
our
bad.
last topic. Actually, this may be well be a short episode. You'll be right.
Oh, we can scramble some stuff together at the end.
Maybe. This is a segue that I do not know how to segue into at all.
Phones, everyone. Mobile hotspots, everyone.
Mobile hotspots. Now, I don't know if you used a mobile hotspot before.
No, I've never used one of them.
Do you know how to use them?
No, I can probably do it on my phone. I know I can do it on my phone. I just never used it before.
So basically, this situation is like, say you went into like Starbucks and you wanted to use their Wi-Fi, but you didn't want to pay for their Wi-Fi because you weren't going there to buy coffee.
You
Now
just
it's
wanted
like,
to pretty much
so you
leave
turn on your
it.
mobile hotspot because somebody else wants to use your data that's close to you that doesn't, and basically it doesn't work, and you're wondering why it didn't work. So this is kind of what would happen. So this is essentially that, and this hotel has paid. This ISP has paid this hotel to block that happening.
At that location.
Yep, there's been multiple cases of
If
that
it's,
happening.
I guess I can kind of understand it being a place where you would usually have to pay to use the Wi-Fi, because I know some places do that.
Yeah. Well, this is
Where
like,
you'd like
yeah.
Yeah, I can kind of understand them doing it places like that. Not so much with places where they pretty much offer you to use free Wi-Fi.
Yeah, because 3 hotels have been paid by certain companies to actually block that happening. That's kind of rough. I mean, I can kind of see it, but I kind of can't see it at the same time, I guess. I mean,
I can understand that if at these hotels people would usually have to pay for the Wi-Fi. I can understand it.
yeah,
But-
yeah.
And hell, if it doesn't work, then just use your data.
Well, you can use your 4G.
If
They're
you
not going to
have-
block you using your 4G.
Yeah,
I think they're just going to...
If your mobile, yeah, that's what I mean. But if the mobile hotspots and all, can just don't be stingy, pay for the Wi-Fi or use your data.
Hotel
Don't be
Wi-Fi is
stingy.
usually absolute crap, though.
Yeah, there's also that.
So, I mean, it's just kind of...
Yeah.
in America as well, I mean, who knows?
Even in America, they have shit internet at certain places.
So basically, in a statement they said, Smart City Holdings president Mark Haley said his company in the past used equipment that prevented wireless devices from interfering with operations of exhibitors on convention floors. The activity resulted in less than 1% of all devices being de-authenticated. We have always acted in good faith, but we have no prior notice that FCC considered the use of this standardized, available out-of-the-box technology to be a violation of its rules. And when we contacted the FCC in 2014, we ceased the technology in question. So, basically they're saying that anybody should be able to use their high Wi-Fi hotspot anywhere, but I don't know about what's happening with the FCC anyway, because they've been going through a few changes recently, and whether they stick their nose in something or don't is completely kind of whatever, but yeah, it's just kind of interesting that they would stop that, and say, oh, that's wrong, but yeah, I don't know why this article been published so late, but I guess maybe it's come to light again. But this is like $800,000 US dollars that they're accepting for this technology to happen in their places, which is a crazy amount of money.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh,
that's I don't know.
Well, just wait. It'll probably happen in more places.
Oh, I can guarantee it. They will obviously want you to use their Wi-Fi. You know, that's
Yeah, I haven't got much of a problem. I've gone this far about having used mobile hotspots.
Oh,
So
I have once or twice if somebody
I'm alright with it.
if like somebody was out of data or like there's no Wi-Fi nearby or something like that. But generally speaking, you know, normally you're in a place where you can use Wi-Fi, or if you not somebody else is not sharing your connection, then you can use 4G. So
Yeah.
pretty much. Well, I'm sorry about the lack of topics tonight. There was a little bit more eventful last week, but
Yeah, he had someone much more interesting on last week.
it's alright.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if we get a bit more topics, I don't know if we get maybe you to find something or that you'd like to talk about, maybe that would be good. But it was good. I mean, I didn't have any issue with what you were saying and stuff like that. But oh yeah, the freaking
I improvised.
Ashley Madison. Oh yeah.
I read about that.
Yeah.
The guy posted the. Oh god. Hey, what would have been a good job at that point? A
What?
divorce manager kind of fella.
They're saying that
because God, there'll be a lot of them.
Marriage lawyers and stuff like that are gonna be paid a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
The next
They'll
while.
be the only people to come out on top of this. Will be the marriage. I don't know the proper name for them.
No, neither do I.
But
No.
the people that deal with divorces and all that, they'll
Yeah.
come out on top.
Yeah.
Oh, and I want to look up. I want to have a look at just one of the things he leaked. Just want to have a look, and I'll say it. So I just want to see what one of the things that were leaked were.
Oh, there was like ages and mobile numbers and stuff like that.
Do we have a link? So I just like to
I
have a
do
look at
actually
this.
have something right here. Just wait a second. Oh, yeah. Hackers post 10 gigabytes of stolen data.
Can you check it for me through Steam so I can have a look?
Yep, I will do.
So will they have the person's... does it use the person's real name? I'm assuming it's like a fake name kind of thing.
Like files of like people's information that they used. They did also, they encrypted the credit card information, so that hasn't been leaked, luckily.
Oh, at least, yeah.
But everything else has.
Oh, it's just this. Oh, it's just this screenshot. I was hoping it'd be like a... Still a lot. Mine's priority.
So all these
Credit card
emails
transactions.
and stuff like that.
So is this something you can just download, except for the fact that some of the things will be encrypted?
No, that would be the non-encrypted stuff.
Oh yeah, I know those are just transactions. But I'm assuming he's taking out like credit card information like that won't be there in the download.
No,
I hope.
No. Well, it's been encrypted,
But at least,
so you can't access it anyway.
I'm sure someone will be able to unencrypt it. There'll be someone skilled enough to be able to get through that.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't deny it. But supposedly, yeah. So that was that. That was big news last week.
This thing's hilarious.
Yeah. Friggin' yeah.
A little bit of a breach of privacy, but still hilarious nonetheless.
Hey, it can't be as bad as frickin' what happened to the Sony network about frickin' deleting the stuff unencrypted over their networks. That wasn't encrypted.
Yeah,
that
that's
wasn't
true.
encrypted.
I'm sure they've learned from it.
I hope so.
I hope so, because my information's on the fucking Sony network.
Did you change your password?
No, I didn't go on Sony network till way after that. Like, only like this year.
Oh, yeah. But did you change your password, though?
Only recently just got a PS3.
Oh yeah.
I'm not too worried because that credit card information it's got on there, debit card information it's got on there is old because I just got a new one,
Oh, okay.
so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're not going to be getting anything out of it.
Nah, nah, not at all. Uh, Anything else we can scour around, perhaps?